Oh, hello there, everyone. You're probably wondering why I have the track art for Bill versus Discord on here. Well, probably not, because I think everyone and their mother is talking about this. Yeah, I got kind of a bit of an update. Certain symbols have changed, and Discord is now seen flying around in certain segments of them, which leads everyone, including myself, to believe that these are the episodes that have been shown off already, with the question mark where Discord's head is represents his episode, which is Bill versus Discord. So I wanted to talk about the rest of the symbols, the ones that don't have any Discord or Bill interference whatsoever. Starting off, the Beaker. Now, comparing this to the last CIPHER wheel design, the Beaker lacks the spiky circle around it. I don't know if this is just some reality warping trickery, because you can see that the wave is a little bit more scuffed up than it normally is. So if it is just reality warping and Bill and Discord are messing with the track art, I'm going to say that the episode is probably gonna be Bowser versus Eggman. Because it's not only is it most a really highly requested matchup, but that just makes sense. Eggman representing science, and then Bowser representing the spiky circle. But if it isn't, then I'm gonna go on a loop and say that it is probably Mewtwo versus Black War Greymon, as both of them kind of have a bit of a connection to science, because they're both kind of genetic experiments. So the Beaker could very well be Mewtwo versus Black War Greymon, and I kind of hope it is, because I love Mewtwo and I love Black War Greymon. Black War Greymon is my favorite Digimon of all time. So yeah, I'm locking it in. Black War Greymon represents the Beaker. Next thing I want to talk about is the Shuffle. Now, everyone and their mother kind of says that it's probably going to be Ash versus Yugi. And it isn't, unfortunately. I think the Death Battle crew have already said that they aren't doing Ash vs. Yugi for this season, which really sucks. But that doesn't mean it isn't going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh matchup. It could very well be another Yu-Gi-Oh matchup. Maybe Seto Kaiba versus someone else, I don't know. But I'm going to go on a loop and say that this is probably going to be, maybe it could represent Scarecrow versus Mysterio, or either that or Freddy versus Pennywise, since, well, Freddy and Pennywise both kind of can shapeshift, and maybe the arrows can, Pennywise can shapeshift. Yeah, Freddy can. I'm gonna have to look it up later. I don't really have that much of a grasp on Freddy. But they can both shapeshift. So I'm assuming that's what the arrows could represent. They're shape-shifting killers and stuff. Yes, actually, no, Freddy can shapeshift. I'm an idiot. But if it is another Yu-Gi, if it is representing shuffling cards on a deck, then it's definitely going to be Yu-Gi-Oh matchup or something like that. So probably Seto Kaiba, since they aren't going to be using Yugi or Jaden for that matter. And Jaden versus Ben is probably one of the most popular matchups right now after that Death Battle cast. But it's not going to be Jaden versus Ben. As much as I want it to be, it's not going to be. Okay, the Skull and Crossbones. There are multiple episodes this one could be. It could either be, oh god, I'm trying to remember. Oh man, it was that one, it's Spinal versus, what's his face? I can't remember. It's it was Spinal versus someone. Or it could be a pirate-themed matchup. In which case, I have 4 or 5 different options for this. So it could either be Captain Jack Sparrow versus Indiana Jones, which I think is plausible. Naruto versus Luffy. Blackbeard versus King K. Rool. Whitebeard versus that other dude. I am terrible with names. I am very sorry. Or not. Another Luffy matchup, which is Natsu versus Luffy. Now, I definitely think that it's more likely to be a One Piece episode, considering that One Piece this year has kind of gone a little crazy with certain things. For like Gear 5 just got introduced in the anime, absolutely insane. Like the friggin' animation was insane. The Netflix series came out, was really good. I highly recommend it. So yeah, I definitely think it could be a One Piece episode. And if it is going to be a One Piece episode, then I'm assuming it's going to be Blackbeard versus King K. Rool. Now, my heart is telling me that it's most likely going to be a Luffy matchup, since he's like the character that is very, like, he's like one of like the characters everyone wants on Death Battle, but well, a lot of people want on Death Battle, but just hasn't gotten an episode, even to the point where other characters from his series have gotten episodes before him. But I don't know, my gut is just telling me that it's Blackbeard versus King K. Rool. And I'm also kind of hoping that it is Blackbeard versus King K. Rool, because I really want to make a King of Skill joke. I have been trying to think of different different jokes I could make, with the party crashes and stuff, but I just cannot think of one for King of Skill. Help me. That way, if it's Blackbeard versus King K. Rool, I could make a King of Skill joke, and everyone would laugh, and I'd get 1 million subscribers already. Moving on, the recycling symbol. I have a few. This could either be. You know what? No, it's gotta be a Captain Planet matchup. Like, come on. It's recycling, unless it's like, oh, we're recycling an old idea or something. But like, come on. Like, there's no way it isn't a freaking Captain Planet matchup. If it's not, I'm gonna be very mad. But if it is a Captain Planet matchup, then my best bet is probably Aang. Yeah, that's it. Aang versus Captain Planet. There we go. I don't know if Captain Planet has any other matchups, but yeah, why not? The scales! Okay, this one is very obvious. It is definitely going to be freaking Cole versus Alex. Their games tend to have like a really, like, one of the main mechanic of their one of the main mechanics of their games is the freaking morality system. You could either be a really good dude or a fucking asshole. So having the scales represent kind of that morality would make sense. So I'm gonna say that's Cole versus Alex. The suit. Now, originally, I thought the suit was actually Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer because I was on Joker versus Jornocopium. But this is obvious. This is gonna be something else because the star is definitely Manhunter versus Silver Surfer. So I'm gonna say the suit is probably going to be a JoJo matchup, and it's also probably it's going to be another JoJo versus Persona matchup, and that is Kira versus Adachi. I know Potato King really likes that, and I'm pretty sure he has that listed on his video as one of his most wanted, which will probably come out by the time I'm 50. Seriously, dude, get on it. I'm kidding, man. Take your time. Yeah, no, Kira versus Adachi is really the only thing I have that could, like, remotely go for a suit. Either that, or it's the based as hell Slenderman versus Octodad, but Kira versus Adachi is more likely, so. Alright, final symbol, the pentagram. Now, as a devoted Christian, actually I'm not that devoted, I don't know why I said that. Anyway, pentagram, there are a few this could be. The big two, in my opinion, are Ghost Rider versus Spawn, or Nero versus Hellboy. Now, I'm kind of juggling between which one I think is more likely to happen, because, like, on the one hand, Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Ghost Rider appeared in season 6, and Spawn appeared all the way back in season 1. So Spawn is definitely overdue for a new episode. But on the other hand, Hellboy hasn't gotten an episode at all, and we haven't gotten a Devil May Cry episode since Virgil versus Sephiroth, or Sephiroth versus Virgil. So I don't really know. I'm kind of hoping it's Nero versus Hellboy, because I like Nero. Nero's cool, and I love Hellboy. Like, I really like Hellboy. I love the comics. I love the art style of the comic, and I think if that's gonna be like a hand-drawn episode, then it has to be done in the style of the comic. That would be so cool. But I feel like Luis kind of drove himself nuts with Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai, so it doesn't have to be 2D. It can be 3D. 3D works for Hellboy. Hellboy has a good 3D model with the Injustice model, so. So yeah, I'm gonna go on a loop. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Nero versus Hellboy, and I really hope it is. But if it's Ghost Rider versus Spawn, I will totally be fine, because I like Spawn as well, and I also like Ghost Rider. I just realized a lot of my favorite characters in comic books are often like demons or hell related. Like, cause you got Spawn, you got Ghost Rider, you got Hellboy. Is this just a me problem? Yeah, there we go. That's my prediction. So, starting off, we've got Mewtwo versus Black War Greymon. Pennywise versus Freddy Krueger. That one's a little more flimsy, but I could see it happening. Whitebeard versus Blackbeard versus King K. Rool. Captain Planet versus Aang. Cole versus Alex is obvious. Kira versus Adachi, and Hellboy versus Nero. So, I am probably going to turn out very wrong. My prediction skills are, like, very inconsistent. Sometimes I'm, like, right on the money, and then other times I'm all the way down here. Like, just down in freaking hell. But, you know, I feel confident with some of these, like King K. Rool versus Blackbeard, freaking Nero versus Hellboy, Kira versus Adachi. I feel pretty confident in those, in these. Pennywise versus Freddy and Mewtwo versus Black War Greymon are ones I'm kind of flip-flopping between, because I do really want them to happen, and Freddy versus Pennywise would make a godlike Halloween special. Then again, the Halloween special could be the Skull and Crossbones, and it could be Spinal versus, what's that other dude? Hold on, give me a minute. Alright, I can't find anything. I tried looking up, but all I got was friggin' Spinel from, I don't know how to spell, so I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the friggin' comments below. Give me your predictions, because your guys are probably like 10 million times better than me, so. Anyway, that was just a little quick video, and I don't really want to hang out on this subject anymore, so I'm gonna go now. Bill versus Discord review will probably come out on Tuesday, because Monday is Monday. So I'm gonna pay my respects on Monday, and I won't make a video or upload a video then, so. Anyway, I will see you all later. Bye.